It's time for a new evolution in raising golfers, one that doesn't involve headaches, tears, or heading down the path of unknown. Whether you're trying to introduce children to the game of golf, help them play competitively, or play at a collegiate level, you're in the right place. This show is for any parent, player, or coach who wants to build a better team at home and on the golf course. This is the Raising Golfers Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raising Golfers Podcast. I am your host, Travis Hauser, PGA professional here in Carlsbad, California. Yesterday, we had our third 9-hole challenge for our Operation 36 developmental golf program. We had 9 players pass their division shooting 36 or better, and it was exciting, it was fun, and there was a lot of even personal best scores out there. However, there were also plenty of players who did not shoot 36 and did not pass their divisions. And as of the last, number of years now I'm thinking about it, but it's come up more recently because in our academy, we've had more junior golfers kind of immerse themselves more into the game and start taking it a notch more seriously. And let's be honest, kids have high expectations. They want to succeed. They want to do well. However, when they face certain failures, it is very difficult for them and for you as the parents and even the coaches to witness and try to help the junior golfers out. And, you know, I think if we really look at this, you know, everybody's trying to do their best thing. And honestly, I think from what I've seen from the parents who've tried to help their junior golfers out, you're already doing amazing things. Like you really are. And I think you have to give yourself a pat on the back for everything that you do to support your junior golfer in the game, because golf's not an easy sport and failure is not easy for anybody either. So I'm going to go through a couple of scenarios here that I think your junior golfer might go through, and then give you a couple of extra things maybe to think about to try to help out with your junior golfer. And if you're not already using these things, and hopefully it kind of helps things out and helps kind of smooth the ride for everyone. So first one that comes to mind for us who does have an Operation 36 program at our academy, your junior golfer didn't shoot 36. The next one would be your junior golfer has had a bad hole, or they just played a really bad round. Another one could be that they didn't place in the tournament that they participated in. They lost the PGA Junior League match, or they got cut in tryouts. So I think to help your child bounce back quickly from failure or not succeeding the way they envision they should be succeeding is that we have to remind them that what happened today, this morning, yesterday is done. And what happens tomorrow is going to be dictated by what they do on that day, not by what happens before. And I think that's important to remind the junior golfers. And it's important for us adults to remind ourselves of as well. It's even very common, I see with all golfers, that you get to a certain hole on the golf course. It's your home course, and you always do bad on that hole. And as soon as you get there, you know that you're going to have a bad hole if you don't get off the tee correctly, or you're going to have a bad round if you don't score correctly. And we need to begin to reset our mindset, because, you know, it could turn out that honestly, the worst hole on your golf course, you might have the best shot of your life on. You could make it from the fairway for eagle, or for an albatross, or a hole in one. And next thing you know, it could be your favorite hole in the whole wide world, and you never even know it. So we can't dwell on those things that happened in the past. And so something I've talked about before, I got this from the Positive Coaching Alliance, and what they talked about are mistake rituals. So create fun rituals that I think you can maybe do together when success doesn't come. So for me, when I make a mistake, and whether it's silly or maybe a little bit bigger, more serious than silly, I take 2 fingers and just pretend like I'm wiping sweat off my forehead. That helps me kind of reset, get my mind, my emotions, my mental state kind of back where it needs to be, and get over that mistake and learn from it and move on. I think you could also create a positive mantra, and I think that'll kind of counter the painful thoughts, and it could be something that you say together, or you say out loud, or something that's on the wall at home or on the refrigerator that you can refer back to. Those kinds of things I think will help the junior golfers get through some of those difficult scenarios where they see it as failure. And I think whether you've tried this or not, I'm sure many of you had, but trying to turn a negative into a positive and just seeing if there's any way that you can show and explain to your junior golfer how, this actually might open up more doors in the future by what we just went through, or this might actually make us into a stronger or better player going forward, or learn from these situations. And I think focusing on the process and not the outcomes is extremely important. If your child is process driven, the outcomes will take care of themselves. And I 100% believe this. I wish that I understood this as a young athlete. And now knowing how important that is, it's really helped me out, I think, with my golf game and just life in general. So I think the sooner the junior golfer understands those things, the better. And now let's hear a message from our show sponsor. Hey guys, this last spring I teamed up with Operation 36 here at our facility in Carlsbad, California, and it has completely changed my way of coaching and service to my customers. Operation 36 is a developmental golf program designed to take beginners from playing their first round to being able to shoot par or better for 9 holes. So here's how it works. Participants attend weekly 1-hour classes and work through a 6-level curriculum. They then play in 9-hole events once or twice a month with a common goal to shoot 36 or better from different distances. And using the Operation 36 app, coaches can plan programs, communicate with families, and track students' progress. It's really, really cool. If you're a parent listening, search for a program near you on their website at operation36.golf/juniors. And coaches, if you'd like to start a program at your facility, go to the same website, operation36.golf/coaches. So, just a couple of other things just to consider. And these ones are a little bit more difficult because they do require time. And time and experience is one of those things that the junior golfers will have to go through to try to smoothen out the road of what they see of failure and allow them to bounce back quicker. So I'll give you an example with our Operation 36 program. Every junior golfer believes that they should be able to pass every division the first time. They should be able to shoot 36 from 25 yards, then immediately from 50 yards, then immediately from 100 and 150 and 200. And when they don't, it's failure to them. And obviously they don't like that. And it's tough to watch as parents and coaches. But what we have to actually understand too is that they also learn to understand the game of golf itself, and that you're not going to succeed until you fail, and you're not going to learn from your mistakes until you have mistakes, and that the game of golf is not as easy as it may look. And that will help them not necessarily make their expectations go down where it's they don't care, but it will help them realign them and understand that it's okay. And then when they see their peers who also aren't shooting 36, or let's just say their peers who aren't medaling in a tournament, they'll begin to understand too that it's not just them. This is everybody. And this is normal and it's okay. And so, that time and that experience going through the matches or the tournaments or the 9-hole challenges, that is going to help smoothen out the ride for them long term. And then the last one would be just age and maturity. And, I think we can all get frustrated with sports, especially the game of golf at any age. But I do believe for children, as they begin to mature, they also start to understand the importance of mistakes and failures and not always succeeding, but then beginning to learn from those situations and then being able to take those negatives into positives and coming back even stronger. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to tune into episode 22. The title was Failure is a Feature with Gavin Grenvillewood. And that was back in our season 2. It came out in January 2021. Head on back. It's a wonderful episode where he shares his experiences as a father and as a golf coach, and the things that he's learned and the mistakes he made as a coach and an adult, and really how it shaped him into who he is today. And he's a wonderful person, an excellent father and golf coach, and he's got so many good things to say. So if you haven't already, go back, listen to that episode. It is a great listen and will tie into today. So again, for all of you who are listening, you're doing amazing things. You have to keep up the good work and continue to do what it is you're doing. I hope that the things that I spoke about today will help you smooth out the ride for you and your junior golfers, so that you guys love the game together for the rest of your lives. Thanks so much for tuning in, and look forward to having you here back on the podcast next week.